World War III is a loaded term. It assumes that these tragic mass murders that humanity calls war are isolated events with distinct beginnings and ends. This kind of oversimplification obscures the multi-generational chain reactions that lead up to that moment when swords are drawn or missiles fly. Of course, there's another reason that the public is rarely conscious of these chain reactions. The ruling class has learned long ago that the best way to take a nation to war is to trick them into it. Vietnam was an extension of the Cold War, which was an extension of World War II, which was a direct result of the terms imposed on Germany following World War I. This multifaceted conflict which is unfolding right now between the declining powers of the West and the geopolitical and economic upstarts from the East may not end up being labeled as World War III in the history books. Perhaps they'll continue to label each phase with a catchy name like Operation Baltic Freedom or Operation Siberian Storm. Whatever. On the other hand, if someone does something stupid, history books might not make it through the aftermath at all. Of course, I would never insinuate that the US government would do anything stupid. It's not like the country is run by a gaggle of warmongering imbeciles. Well, actually, I suppose that depends on how you define the word imbecile. Congress did just pass Resolution 758 and the Ukraine Freedom Support Act of 2014, which laid the foundation for open and direct conflict between the US and Russia. More sanctions are on the table, and of course, if you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that Washington is playing a game of high-stakes chicken with oil prices, with a little help from our good friends, the Saudis. All the while playing hardball with China and Southeast Asia, and ramping up production of nuclear weapons, while their puppets in Kiev continue to shell civilians in eastern Ukraine. What could possibly go wrong? Heading into 2015, it may have appeared that we were having something of a calm before the storm, but that was an illusion. This war is already hot on multiple fronts. It has been for years. All it takes is one stupid move for proxy wars to cut out the middleman, and then all bets are off. To even consider a direct military confrontation between the US and Russia is insane. Consequences would be nothing short of unthinkable. Yet humanity seems to be sleepwalking right into that very scenario. Could we as a people stop this? Of course we could. These so-called rulers don't actually have any power. They just have your obedience. Will you withdraw that obedience on time? Or will you continue to allow yourself to be distracted by bread, circuses, and pointless bickering? If you were planning on shifting gears, now would be the time to do it. In historical terms, these are the last final seconds of the 11th hour, and the clock is ticking. If this message resonates with you, spread it. If you want more, subscribe to Storm Clouds Gathering on YouTube, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. If you have a topic request, post it in the comments. And for the full transcript and sources, visit our website at stormcloudsgathering.com.